Hey y'all, what's up? It's Mila and I'm back with Bizaardvark. Do not forget to go check out my Casey Undercover review recap and my Mac X4 recap and review too. And do not forget to go subscribe to our channel right there. We got a new name too. It's Mila and Lena's Way. That is our new YouTube name, guys. So bam, it's gonna be right here up on the screen. Mila and Lena's Way. So yeah, this is Bizaardvark and it's come back on November 27th if I'm correct. It's gonna be back on November 27th in 2 weeks. And that's like, what, 3 days after Thanksgiving, so you know I'm going to be stuffed in for it. I'm going to be ready to eat. But anyway, yeah. So, it's coming back on, but it's going to be like the biggest year because guess what? We got the internet sensation, Ava Gutowski, My Life as Ava, YouTuber, one of the biggest YouTubers. I'm so excited to see her on here. This is very exciting. Like, yes. Like I said before all the time, guys, when they had the previous internet sensations on, I'm so glad that they got real internet sensations on here because they portraying a real story. Like, they can really, really do it and really, really act. So, yeah, this is what I like to see. I like to see stuff like this. I like to see when they use actual real people from the real world, from the real life situations in this show about the real world life situations. So, yeah. So, this episode was pretty funny and kind of cute. And pretty funny too, you know what I'm saying? And it started off with they was basically making fun of like how all the dramatic songs always have like a piano playing and they have the key changes and like it'd be like a whole bunch of wind blowing through their hair and then like a whole bunch of stuff just going on and as a whole, but it just be so dramatic that it make you cry even though the lyrics are so vague. It just come up with all these emotions, which is basically, it's so true. It is really true. So yeah, so there's like, well, this video only got 800 views. It been up for a month. You know, they got like 18,000 subscribers, so they should have more views than that, right? That's what I be saying too on YouTube. Like they got like a lot of subscribers. They don't be having a lot of views on their videos. So I'm like, wow, why is that? I never know why is that. Why does YouTube not count the views, or is the subscribers just not subscribing? Just like, are they not just watching that video? Like I'm trying to understand. Like it'd be like that on YouTube sometimes, you know? But yeah, so then it's like, well, Paige is like, I think we have to actually go to college. So then Frankie was like, that's the worst case scenario, okay? I'm not going to college. So yeah, they put too much thought into it. The attitude of they thought they was doing anything good, they got the attitude that they're gonna just make it big. You got the key is failure. So they just gotta not think about anything. They like, we can be like the next egg sliding down the wall, because you know all these little videos they be going viral. But then it was like they laughed at that. And it was like, why are we laughing at that? But yeah, so they're gonna do something not think. They're not gonna think. They're gonna do something silly and basically what they thought was dumb. And yeah. Meanwhile, Bernie was like, dear CEO, I've been trying to unscrew your lid to this dragon muscle powder and I cannot open it at all. So then Dirk came along. Dirk was like, oh my god, this is the easy open lid. I love this stuff. So then he's like, yeah, I just normally punch a hole in the side of it. So then Dirk was like, look, I blew up my room, so I moved out of my parents' house. So then he was like, why'd you blow up your room? So then Dirk was like, oh, because somebody told me to dare me to do it. So then he's like, yeah, when a random person tells you to do something online, you do it. That's like a hint, don't do it. But yeah. So anyway, he was like, well, you could hang out at my place. You could live with me and my grandma. So then he had like this whole scenario, chilling with showgirls. They was gonna be best roommates, drinking dragon muscle powder and all this and that. So then Dirk was like, are you okay? You kind of zoned out for 45 seconds. So then he was like, yeah, you can stay at my place. And Dirk thought that was so cool. So they went to go do that. So then Bernie's grandma was like, look, I don't know if I want him to live with us, because he's like about animals. And Dirk was like, oh my god, it's a laundry chute. It's a tacky old lady couch. So then Dirk was trying to walk on his hands. So then the grandma was like, well, you got to clean everything up from him. You got to clean up after him and all this and that. So then, or he's going back to the shelter of his own home. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so they were basically treating Dirk like a dog. I'm like, no. And on this episode, Amelia didn't appear. Amelia was absent on this episode. So yeah. But yeah, so then she was like, well, okay, he can stay. But every time Bernie kept saying starting now, Dirk always broke something. So he just kept breaking everything in the house. Meanwhile, Frankie put some words up on a board and they gotta throw darts at the words and not think about it. So the first words that Paige got was meaning in life. So then the words Frankie got was a xylophone and monorail. So then Paige kept thinking, putting more thoughts into it. She's like, is it a town riding a monorail that's made of xylophones? Was it a xylophone monorail? She was thinking too much. So then a dart actually hit electronic and in mail. So then I was like, if it was back in the day, we would have thought of email and we'd been billionaires by now. But then a dart hit the little Moosetashio. It was a moose with a mustache, which is pretty cool. I kind of want that I want the animal or moose with a mustache. But they called it Moosetashio, and it's like, well, I should dress up in this and do some stupid stuff with it, and then we could be viral. So then they did it. Then Paige was like, this is dumb, let's post it. So they went and posted it, and then Paige, they went back to view, and it's like, look, I'm kind of having second thoughts and first thoughts, and I'm ashamed of myself. So then Frankie's like, yeah, I'm ashamed of myself too. But then they couldn't take the video down because these little kids was like, oh my god, you're friends with Moosetashio, that's our favorite character. And then I like Frankie's hair. Frankie had really wavy hair and curly hair today on this episode, and I really liked it. I thought she looked really good. But yeah, so they video hit 1 million views on Beautiful Junior, which is for kids. So yeah, it's kind of like YouTube Kids. Like YouTube got their own kid thing too. Like, I think it's YouTube Red or something, like, I don't know. Yeah, YouTube got their own thing, YouTube Kids. But yeah, so they like got big on Bugle Junior, not regular Bugle. So that's not what they was going for. But yeah, so all the kids was chatting for them, and Paige was like, oh, they're so cute. They keep saying Moosetashio, and Frank was like, well, that kid peed on the floor right there. So I'm not trying to entertain that. So then they want to, you know, sing their song for Bizaardvark. So it's like, look, one cynical and one eternally optimistic girl who's bonded by comedy. And then Paige was like, yeah, but we're going to sing it, not say it. So they tried to sing their song. So then the kid was like, that's terrible. We don't like that song. I want to see Moosetashio make a fart noise. So then the mama was like, my kid requested that. You will do as they request, because that's how you request things. So then they had to do the song. Of course, they had to do the song because the kids requested it. And those kids was going crazy. They was going crazy over that one song. But yeah, at the house, Bernie was flexing, you know what I'm saying, flexing with his Flex Man poster. And then he had a picture of Mila, and it said his love. So he had to hide all that stuff before Dirk saw it. So then Dirk came in, he was like, oh my god, that's a sailboat bed? So then Bernie was like, yeah, that's my little cousin's bed. But then he was like, oh my god, that's so cool. So then Bernie was like, yeah, normally I'm the captain. But then Dirk was like, can I be a captain and you be my first mate? So it was so exciting. He just wanted to hang out with his little friend, and he was just having such a good time. And it was just like, it was so cute. It was so adorable. So they was doing all this and that. So then all these kids, you could hear the kids in the window, because the grandma came in and was like, look, it's 7 o'clock. It's time to go to bed. So then they was like, wow, all this sunlight, we can still go and play outside and do all this and that. But he normally go to bed at 6 o'clock. She's like, I'm only letting you go to bed later because your friend is here. He was like, oh my god, he had to make sure that Dirk didn't hear the kids out there playing, because the kids saw out there playing because it was still sunlight outside. But that's not how it is nowadays. Once it hit 4:47, it's pitch black outside. I'm telling you, you go outside without a flashlight, you get lost in the wood. That's how black it is outside. The moon rises like it's freaking 10 o'clock at night, or like the wolves are gonna come out. The moon rises at the top, like it's not even time yet. It's not even time for all of that. It's not. I don't have time for like doing all my rushing to do stuff outside before it turns nighttime. Like, Jesus. But anyway, yeah. So, the grandma's lucky poker slippers was being eaten because Dirk said somebody told him to do a dare, and somebody dared him to eat slippers. So then Bernie was like, okay, well, my grandma's coming because she got to go to a poker game. So then Bernie just pretended like he ate the slippers, and she was like, well, we canceling the little trip to the butterfly sanctuary. So then he's like, god dang it, the monarch was going to be there. But yeah, so then Dirk was like, Bernie, you got to wake up, I got to go do a dare. So then he woke up in the middle of the night. She's like, you're going to wake up Grandma. So then Grandma was like, who is that talking in there? And he's like, oh, it's just me, Grandma. I'm sleep crying. So she's like, I'm going to give you something to sleep cry about. Bedtime's at 3 p.m. So he was like, I go to school until 4. So she's like, well, you're going to have to make it work somehow. But anyway, yeah. So meanwhile, Paige, she looked so cute with her hair. She was like, look, the top 10 celebrity that look like cucumbers kids was going to love that. So it's gonna blow over. But it's not blowing over because this mommy vlog, the freshest new vids, the Moosetashio girls out there. Oh my gosh, she was like, you want to bite their little cheeks, and you want to hash brown squad rolls, and they cooleroni, and she was just going on and too much. And Frankie was like, I didn't understand a word she said because she was some mommy vlog and it was just too much going on. So yeah, so they was like, look, Bizaardvark is over and all this and that. It was like newspapers saying, like news outlets saying that Bizaardvark was over. So Frank was like, well, you think babies are cute? Because I don't ever find them cute. But they was like, well, maybe the big bad wolf never was bad. He was just good at lacrosse. So they just don't want to be defined by that one thing, you know what I'm saying? So they got rid of Moosetashio. He flew to the sun, and no, not Tucson. He flew like to the sun. But yeah, so Dirk was all tired out and all that. So the Bernie's like, oh, that's so sweet. But then the grandma was like, look at what Dirk did. Dirk broke my trophy and I punched a hole in the wall. So she's like, look, you can visit Dirk if you will, but you can't visit him no more nowhere else. I mean, you know, you can't really see him here because you know he's staying here. So then Dirk was like, oh, that's so sad. It was so sad. It was so sad. It was. But then he was getting all of his stuff all done and ready to leave. But guess what happened? The grandma fell in her laundry chute and she was reaching for the skinny jeans. So then he was like, well, okay, Bernie's grandma's in there. So she's like, you're going to call me Bernie's grandma, put hot in the middle. So he's like, should I call the fire department? She's like, no, because I want to date the fire captain, but I don't want him to know that I want to date him. I don't want him to see me like this. So then he was going to get Bernie. So then the fire captain called her on the phone. She's like, now you want to call me? Now. So then when he was going to get Bernie, Bernie was emailing the showgirls like, dear showgirls. He's like, your services are needed. So then Dirk was acting like a dog. And he's like, oh my God, what's wrong, boy? What's wrong, boy? Where's grandma? And it was just too much. It was too much going on. I couldn't. Bernie ended up pulling her out of the trash chute. And then, you know, he was like, okay, well, sorry you found out. And she's like, grandma was like, sorry you found out about the captain, fireman or whatever. So he's like, well, if you marry him, do I get his name, like Chief Bernie or Captain Bernie? So she's like, stop fooling around, boy, stop fooling around. So yeah, Dirk was like, okay, I'm leaving. So she was like, after Dirk was like, I'm leaving. So the brother's like, oh, okay. He's like, the brother I never had. I'm always gonna be forever lonely. But yeah, so then the grandma realized that it was okay and that he can actually stay because she was like, me falling in the laundry chute was probably gonna be a daily occurrence, and you know I'm probably gonna be down there. So Dirk just stay and watch you. So that was really sweet. She let him stay. You know what I'm saying? And then they left to go play in the park because Dirk realized they was treating him like a dog, which they shouldn't have been. But yeah. So she was like, yeah, I got the house on myself. She's gonna have some real fun. Then Frankie was like, look, we can make some smart well thought out videos, but all the kids was crying. It's like Moosetashio was gone and all this and that, and they were so upset. Bizaardvark was a problem. They broken hearts, all this stuff, like they broken hearts of every kid in America. So then they saw that Egg sign down the wall was getting their own movie. And Channing Tatum was going to be playing the egg. And it was like, oh my God, he's so amazing. He could so play the egg. So, yeah. I just want to mention, guys, on Freeform, for, you know, Freeform's little 25 days of Christmas, they're going to be doing, like, movie events and showing, like, little Christmas stuff. And on November 27th, Sophia Carson, you know, the star of Descendants 1 and 2, and she was on Allison and Allie. She had her own song, you know what I'm saying, on her own album. You know, she's gonna be playing another, is it gonna be called a Cinderella story? If the shoe fits, like it's another Cinderella story. Basically, you know, they do a lot of these Cinderella stories, but she's gonna be on there. It's gonna be on November 27th. So you guys go check out that movie too. It's gonna be on Freeform because Christmas is coming and the holidays are ringing. But yeah, so after that, I just want to mention that Paige is like, people are making reaction videos. That was probably us. People was making reaction videos to Moosetashio, and Frank's like, look, it was just a dumb character. And then they remembered about their old TV show when they was 4 or 6, the singing bus. So then the guy was like, you're on the bus-a-roni. So they was like, oh, that's where that came from. So then they basically realized, look, all this other stuff was garbage, but it wasn't garbage to us when we was kids. So it's like, okay, well, we're gonna go and do this, and we're gonna go make these kids feel better. So when Frankie waves look really cute, they made another video, and it was like, okay, well, who sold a rocket to a moose anyway? But the moose didn't just fly to the sun no more. He went and moved over to Moosetashio, which is another planet, and he is gonna be coming back on some days. But so far, Bizaardvark was gonna take over. So yeah, they kind of get the kids closer, but kind of not, because the kids are gonna be still upset. But yeah, so just like tell your moms about this. So then it was like, ooh, top 10 celebrities who look like cucumbers. And that was the end. They showed the promo for next week, how Ava Gutowski is going to be on there. So that's pretty excited. But Control Alt Escape, they're going to be getting, like, remember how I always mentioned on iCard? That's Jera there. That's Jera, guys. Jera. That's Jera making all that noise, okay? So yeah. The next episode remind me of iCarly when Nora kidnapped them. This guy wanted to make him funny. They want to be funny, but this remind me of when Nora kidnapped them on iCarly. Like I said before, kind of with Belissa. This remind me of iCarly too. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Why do I keep doing this?